¿Dónde están las palas?
One thing about with whack, they don't like me because when I say something, it be real, and I'm going to show you the proof of it. I'm never going to let nothing come out my mouth that I don't have the proof. So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the? You are now Black Box with Spider Loke, Most Easty, a.k.a. BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen. Gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. Yeah. It's time for R&R.
Like with Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Vladimir, get that ass over here. It seems like it's always something with Vladimir and Godfrey, man. These dudes come in the midst of melanated men and just can't seem to get along. Can't appreciate just being amongst and politicking with, you feel me? It's got to be some type of bullshit. And I feel like they taking advantage. But I don't really know what's going on. I just, when I see Vladimir, see issues with a black man, it's like, of course, why are you even around us? What do you bring to the table? You bring absolutely nothing to the table. It's all take. You turn your camera on, you observe, and you receive information, and then you receive finances from the information that you receive from us, and you give absolutely nothing in return. But with no further ado, let's see what Godfrey and Vladimir have been up to.
I'm not no punk. I ain't no bitch. I wasn't raised by one. You see what I'm saying? And people know that about me. I'm not that dude. I was very nice to you. I was always cool with you. I was cool with Jamar, all of them mother. And two men gossiping about another man, that's to me. Then he said, which was another lie, that I was feeding him meals like I'm some United Way motherfucker. I'm like, what are you talking? I went to your house one time. You're lying, and you're lying to black people, black men, so that you can pit us against each other. You fuck black women, then you pit us against each other. I don't like motherfuckers like you. It's bullshit, and you're lying.
The latest In Godfrey We Trust stream had the rhythm of an unfiltered barbershop conversation. One guy venting, the other leaning back in the chair, occasionally tossing in a laugh or a question. In this case, Godfrey was the one doing the venting, walking Will Mills through the full saga of his time on VladTV, his decision to leave, and why he refuses to return. Will wasn't there to argue or push him one way or another. He was there to listen, react, and let Godfrey unpack it all. Godfrey began by explaining how he first got on VladTV. At the time, it was all about opportunity. He'd been watching the interviews, liked the setup, and thought it would be a great platform to showcase his personality. The way he saw it, it was a mutually beneficial arrangement. Vlad got engaging content, Godfrey got exposure to millions of viewers. There was no drama then, just two professionals crossing paths for a win-win situation.
I got you on air because you did your first VladTV.
Yes, sir.
You did your first VladTV.
And let's be clear. Before I even went on Vlad, I called you first.
You sure did. He called me.
I called you first, and I said, listen, I know you got your issues with Vlad. You my homie now. We cool. We rocking.
No doubt.
You know, it's not even getting permission. It's like, how you feel about me doing the show?
And I said,
you know, and you said, yo, do it.
I said, do it. Why? And I'm looking at it from your position. I go, it's a popular show.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why I got on Vlad.
Them be disingenuous requests. It's something within your spirit made you uncomfortable about doing the show. Going to ask the dude who you feel like it would be a violation to, how he feels. Man, they gonna tell you to go do it every time, bro. And especially if he ain't in the gangster world like Godfrey, he's gonna come on your platform. He's gonna tell you, "Oh yeah, no problem, do it. I told you to do it." But then again, deep down, and when he's with his real, most confident, intimate friends and people, he feels the same way about you going on there that you felt that triggered you to call, bro. Oh, mama, if y'all rocking like you say, how do you justify that? I'm just asking.
Was like, I was loving the interviews. I was watching all these. I was like, I like this. I didn't know what his race was. I was like,
I didn't know until recently.
I was like, I want to do that.
I want to
do that show. So I had a hookup. And when I was at Sirius XM, hey man, you know, oh yeah, I can get you. We hooked up, boom, boom, boom. You know, and we even have the same barber. Me and Vlad did. Oh, and I said, man, they don't want to get on there. I was having fun. I go, he knows why I'm on there. He's making money off us. Yeah, I want my profile to go higher. It's a symbiotic relationship. We all know why we're here, right? So,
just how I view personally the no jumper situation before it turned into Fed quarters. I knew what Adam's interest was. I knew what my interest was. Like, okay, win-win. Oh my mama. But he doesn't have a genuine approach to the situation, even how he deals with others. Oh my mama.
I said, yeah, do it. You're just starting. You're coming up in your shit. That would be smart for you to do that. Take advantage. Be as funny as you can. Express yourself. So take advantage of that. It's a no-brainer. My relationship has nothing to do with your relationship. TK Copeland is on there. He has his reasons. I have my reasons.
Things changed after the Farrakhan controversy. Godfrey recounted how Vlad had taken Minister Farrakhan's metaphor about throwing the stone of truth at evil and twisted it into a literal call for violence. For someone with Godfrey's Chicago upbringing and
he told me we gonna do it.
Familiarity with Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, that was a serious misrepresentation. The fallout was immediate. Godfrey's DMs blew up, people questioned his association with Vlad, and the situation escalated into a conference call with Lord Jamar and Vlad himself. On that call, they demanded an apology to Farrakhan. Vlad responded with something Godfrey described as a hollow, corporate-sounding statement, more PR deflection than genuine accountability. This stood in stark contrast to Nick Cannon's swift, heartfelt apology in a similar situation. Cannon had far more at stake, employing countless black creatives, and still took responsibility within minutes.
Well, what happened? And Lord Jamar called me, say, yo, we got to talk to this man. We got to talk to him. I said, yeah, let's not talk behind his back. Let's talk to him, conference call. And we say, yo, what's up, man? I heard you said something about minister. And I saw this speech that he was talking about. I go, you misquoted him, dude. He did a metaphor. Yeah. And Minister Farrakhan said, we throw the stone of truth at fake, Jays. Yeah. At fake people who are fake. Mm-hmm. Right? Right. We throw the stone of truth. He goes, we don't kill them. No, it's metaphoric. We throw the stone of truth at evil. That it was metaphor. Yeah. Yeah. Minister, no matter whether you like him or not, black or white.
Here Vlad is in a culture of hip-hop. The building blocks of it is metaphors. And he just as goofy and as naive as Vlad 22 be sounding sometimes, sitting up there amongst melanated individuals trying to keep up. You got to catch up first in order to keep up, but you can never catch up. Oh, my mama.
He's not a dumb man.
Not at
all. Far from it.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And so I said, wow, you misquoted him. I said, yo, you should you owe him an apology, you really do. He says, well, I sent out an apology. That sounded like an apology from a company.
Yeah, that sounded like your PR
we here don't
PR
do these kinds of behavior.
Thing and then you signed it.
It was bullshit. Yeah. And we were like, that's bullshit. And Jamar went harder on him and said, yo, how the fuck you wanted Nick Cannon to apologize to your people?
Yeah. Which
Jamar's a sucker, Sambo, sellout. Oh, my mama.
Nick did, and people were getting mad at Nick, going, Nick shouldn't have done that. I said, no, Nick should have done it.
Because he's a business.
When I was on Wild 'N Out, do you know how many motherfuckers he hires that are black?
The whole cast.
This man has everything to lose. Yeah. He hires black
writers.
Writers.
producers,
makeup artists, costumes, his family, his brothers. I saw this shit. Over 30 episodes of Wildin' Out. This man hires us, man.
Yeah.
And he hires other races. He should have said, I'm glad he did that.
Vlad, he sure do. That it's not just as much as he look out for us, he is all inclusive. With the cast, you got a little bit of everything up there. Shout out to Nick fucking Cannon on that horizon. Oh, my mama.
Vlad, by comparison, waited 5 years before offering an apology on Willie D's podcast, a delay Godfrey considered not only disrespectful, but also proof of how little Vlad valued the community he profited from. That was the turning point for Godfrey. He decided he wouldn't return to VladTV, not out of hate, but because he wasn't willing to compromise his principles for exposure. He told Will plainly that he could still recognize the platform's reach, but his personal ethics came first.
And then that was it. And so we never.
So Lord Jamar was the one who even suggested.
He was the one that pushed it. Like I said, I was like, I said, boom, good. I got to go with that. I'm standing on that. And I'm like, I didn't hate Vlad. I just go, I'm not doing your show. For moral reasons.
And he never apologized?
He never did until 5 years ago. This year, he went on Willie D's podcast, Willie D from the Ghetto Boys, who's my dude out of Houston. If you know the Ghetto Boys, he was like, he apologized. And I go, 5 years later?
Yeah, it's corny.
5 years later? That's how long it took you, but Nick Cannon did it within minutes?
Yeah.
Willie D shouldn't even have accepted that apology on his platform. He should have rejected that just to stay on code, man.
In seconds.
But 5 years later, that's the respect you have for black people. 5 years later, I thought it was bullshit.
That is bullshit.
That's just to me.
Because
Adolf black people interviewed them consistently, constantly, continuously throughout the whole 5 years.
it's not a sincere apology.
To me, it's not. So he goes, well, now that I look at it, no, it was a real simple thing you could have done.
Yeah, it
plain
took you
and
5
simple.
years to look at a mistake.
And maybe things would have been different at this point, but you decided the window was there, and 5 years later.
The story didn't end there. Godfrey also covered the Lord Jamar angle.
Me and Jamar were fine until like that flat earth thing happened with Dave and the flat earth bullshit.
Hilarious.
He's mad. He's mad that he's mad that I don't
talked about that.
What?
That's one of the absolute funniest things I've ever seen in my life, bro. I was talking about Godfrey came on the show and on my show, and I brought it up and I said, listen, there's nothing funnier than a person who stands solid on their beliefs.
Yeah.
And then when they lose on their beliefs, they resort to violence, bro.
Yeah.
To see Jamar crashing out.
Okay, I grew up in school. I saw the globe. I know what they've told me all my life. But I think it's real crazy that somebody looks down, turn their nose up at somebody who is convinced the world is flat. And the only reason you convinced it's round is because you've been told and shown things that have convinced you that. Ain't nan one of us, nan one of you, so convinced that this is a round world, have never took any type of trip to the space, used any type of tools to measure the circumference, the nothing. You only believe what you've been told, and you've been told that so much that flat sounds stupid. Now, I'm not saying that it is a flat earth, but when you get so and look so down on somebody who's actually using their brain to use logic, I understand why it would be believable that the earth is flat. However, I'm so convinced and so conditioned to believe that it's round, I believe that I kind of like shun some of the logic that naturally sounds logical to myself. That's how conditioned and brainwashed we are. How do we know if the world is flat or round? Oh, my mama, when I hear the actual breakdown of the physics and all that, I understand the argument as to why one would believe it's flat.
It's hilarious. It reminds me of his character on Oz that died from eating eggs. Y'all saw that shit? Yeah. You ever seen him on Oz?
No, I never.
I remember he was on Oz.
That when I was,
He was on Oz. He was a big character on there, and he ate
Did he do
eggs.
butt naked shit? No.
Bro, yeah, it was embarrassing. By the way, I saw it today, and I was like, "Damn, man,
What did
I
he
would never
do?
did this shit."
What did he do?
You know, he went on Vlad with the bad Jordans. He had the Mexican Jordans on,
Oh wow.
and he got called out about that. And then when he went back to skit time, he had an even worse pair of Jordans on.
Look at black people, bro. It's something about the Jordans he got on was worth mentioning, as if he was less presentable, less acceptable. We are lost, bro. Only us. This is only us, bro. And when you say, "Oh, so and so, I know somebody," those are people that are behaving like us. Yeah, there are others that behave like us, but this is us on the largest platforms in the world, making presentations and having conversations about things that actually matter. We're also paying attention and considering what type of shoes someone has on, and then being careless enough to be on this public platform calling them Mexican Jordans, knowing that there's going to be someone of the Mexican culture that's going to be offended. This is ridiculous.
This is recently.
Oh
said,
yeah,
"Damn, Jamar."
I saw the video.
He had to.
And I guess we're to accept these people as the intellectuals, but they're behaving like this. I don't see how their opinion matters on the subject when they can include. It's like Dr. Umarish. Stick to the things that matter. When you get off track, you dilute your whole message.
No, he wore the Mexican Jordans on the first one, and then he went back with the clearance rack sixes. Like he had the wrong color, like the
None of this matters to the issue that we're discussing. This is crazy.
pair of the back to school specials.
Right.
That's what he had on. And I said, "Damn, Jamal, you're not making your case any better, bro." So he's been taking some L's.
So and my thing is like, you know, I know he's been going to different people. After that, Jamar got mad at me and, you know, and then he said, you know, "You my friend, right? Blah, 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 blah." And then he would go on other podcasts say, "He's not my friend." And I was like, "But you said I was your friend."
See how Godfrey got right back to the issues. He let you speak on that bullshit, but he went back to the issues. That's crazy. But then they're going to show his shoes while Godfrey was talking about the issues. I don't see why the fuck it matters what kind of shoes he has on. It just speaks to the ignorance of the people discussing it.
Why they got to show the why?
No, well, let me see the message.
As he kept talking, Godfrey addressed some of Vlad's public claims. Namely, that Godfrey had begged to be on the show and that Vlad had fed him meals. Godfrey shot both down, saying their collaborations were mutually agreed upon and unpaid, part of the bigger picture exchange of visibility. He'd only been to Vlad's house once and never needed or asked for food. To him, these false claims were just another way Vlad tried to spin narratives for his own advantage.
Vlad says that I begged to be on his show. I go, "I never begged you. I just asked." Nobody begs. Nobody.
Yeah.
People ask me to be on my show. We all ask, "Hey, can you come on my show?" Sure.
Yeah.
I really want you on my show.
Yeah, he framed it like you were sending him 7 messages a day.
And
That's his condescending ass attitude. Oh, my mama. When he is in our culture, observing our gifts, our talents, our art, our drama. He has no input on it. He's just observing, reporting. That's it. He got nerve. Somebody gonna beg you to participate in their culture that you have entered into, that you are not native of. That is awesomely amazing.
that's
He left him on
bullshit.
red, no.
I would do a show, and then I'd be like, "Yo, you know, we both call each other. Hey, let's do another show." Yeah, we both call. It's like it was normal, but you're lying. My thing is, you're lying, sir. Stop fucking lying. You don't have to like me, whatever. I don't owe you a conversation. If we have a conversation, we'll have it. And you're lying to people, saying I didn't beg. And then he said, which was another lie, that I was feeding him meals like I'm some fucking United Way motherfucker. I'm like, what are you talking? I went to your house one time. What are you talking? We've smoked cigars. I introduced you to Jeremy Piven. You came to my shows at the Laugh Factory and all this other shit. And you said you fed me? I've never begged anybody for food. My parents provided us with food all the time. I've never starved. What the fuck are you talking about?
It sounds so honest and genuine because he didn't say, I got my own money, nigga, I be balling. He said, my parents fed me. Like, he's just being sincere.
You're lying, and you're lying to black people, black men, so that you can pit us against each other. You fuck black women, then you fucking pit us against each other. I don't like motherfuckers like you. It's bullshit, and you're lying. My thing is stand on truth. Now, if he said, you know, I'll be like, if it was true, I'd be like, yeah, he did feed me, though. I didn't have no money and shit. And another thing is I've been educated by the coldest fucking black historians in Chicago. I have been like that since I was 17. And motherfucker, this is lightweight shit to me, man. I'm not no punk. I ain't no bitch. I was raised by one. You see what I'm saying? And people know that about me. I'm not that dude. I was very nice to you. I was always cool with you. I was cool with Jamar.
Calm down, Godfrey. You do a good job of staying on code. You know, you don't show this side. I see it coming out. He's so bleeding. You had to know it was in there. But he does a very good job of not trying to display this side of him, man. Don't let it come out too much, Godfrey. He your one. I love it.
All of them motherfuckers. And two men gossiping about another man, that's faggoty shit to me.
Throughout the retelling, Godfrey made his stance clear. Vlad profited from black culture without engaging with its deeper realities, treating guests like entertainment rather than people. Godfrey contrasted Vlad's public image, flanked by security, with his own confidence, grounded in years of studying under some of Chicago's most respected black historians. Will's role here was to take it all in. He laughed at the funny moments, like Godfrey's jabs about two men gossiping about another man or the Lord Jamar fashion roasts, but mostly he let Godfrey speak. This wasn't a debate or a back and forth about strategy. It was one man recounting a situation he'd lived through and another man giving him the space to tell it. By the end, the conversation felt less like a dramatic showdown and more like a personal debrief. Godfrey wasn't angling for sympathy or plotting revenge. He was laying out why he walked away and why he's not coming back, no matter how many people tell him it would be good for business. Will, for his part, didn't try to sway him. He just listened, laughed where it fit, and let Godfrey's story stand on its own.
Let's believe a lot of people think that you're assigned to death row.
Yeah, I know. I'm.
Why is that rumor in existence? You think?
Because from the time I met Suge, I met him shortly after he paroled from prison the first time, and I was introduced to him as somebody trying to get in the gang. I bust 16 bars for him. He told me we gonna do it. It's a done deal. He placed me on his website as a death row artist. I even wore a death row chain, to be honest with you. It was given to me.
Okay.
They ended up in the pawn shop and lost, but yeah, I never officially signed the death row. I was presented like 5-6 different contracts, recording and publishing contracts. Never signed any of them. But I want to tell whoever was starting them rumors with that whole shit, keep my name out your mouth with that whole shit. You know Suge ain't running around saying no whole ass shit like that, so whoever it is trying to stir something up, stop that whole shit. I ain't never signed to nobody, boy. I know that.
The chain of events went down over Game no longer being a G unit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, is that something that you want to talk about at all? Or
well, I ain't got much to say about it, but all I say is that I'm from G Unit.
The riffs, nigga. Riffs. Remember that shit.
Los Scandalous. You are rocking with the most easy. Believe that. You gon' lose your noodle unless you skadoodle. You ain't heard what them pit bulls or doodle poodles. How many times I'ma have to say, you gon' eat around here, you gon' have to pay. And on everything loc, I need half the day. I'ma bust that block, come back and spray. You ain't supposed to know how much I make. Just know most of the dough I touch, I take. I try to tell them I'm just talking tough, but then the guilty party is so often us. We criminals, we living wild with 115s in that prison file. The beats is banging, the heats is hanging. Fans in like 10,000 seats is singing. The song I wrote inside my cell. Open your eyes, you inside my hell. You don't want to see what I do when I get angry. I got the hugest hands and I just might use them, man. You don't want to see what I do when I get angry. I run the cruelest land, don't you confuse it, man. It's the coldest shit that I'm certain to say. Believe the young loc did dirt in this day. I'm sick with no cure, I'm something to see. Like a brick that's pure, no cutting the key. I did the whole 5 in the CDC. Now the kid go live on the DVD. Listen close and be the next to know who's the best on the west that'll flex the flow. I bump in your CD deck for show. Hit the bank and bust big checks for dough. Locs pull down on my shifty eyes. I'm a buff till my yokes get 50 size. By the way, I don't kiss and tell, but your homeboy just kissed my fist and fail. It's about that time for your boy to blow. Don't hate, sit back and enjoy the show. You don't want to see what I do when I get angry. I got the hugest hands and I just might use them, man. You don't want to see what I do when I get angry. I run the cruelest land, don't you confuse it, man. You see, I made news, I paid dues, kept bright red blood on my blue suede shoes. So won't you speak real on the subject? Just signed your deal, and you're still on the budget. Well, I get real for the ink and I love it. I can spend 50 G's and think nothing of it. I'm still in the cut waiting to blow. I ain't got no patience, stop hating the flow. Every time I jump on the track it's for you to witness perfection and practice more. I want platinum plaques and stats galore. I'm a real life gorilla that practice war. Exposed to the truth that it hurts to know. When it's time to take off, I'm the first to go. The land is dry, they thirst to flow. With me in these streets, it's so personal. You don't want to see what I do when I get angry. I got the hugest hands and I just might use them, man. You don't want to see what I do when I get angry. I run the cruelest land, don't you confuse it, man.
This is DJ. Yo, if you need a beat, you gotta call me. Okay? I know these niggas in LA, they call the Rip. These niggas is ill. And I'm the only nigga that can get their beats. And maybe Abby, but fuck that. You gotta go through me. These niggas is hot. I don't want nobody to touch them, man. You gotta pay. You gotta pay the highest price. And that's fucking it.
Sniper Nip Hustle. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Loc. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Loc.
It was SPR, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch.
Spider Loc, nigga.
Spider Loc.
Spider Loc.
Spider Loc.
Spider Loc.
Spider Loc.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the? Spider Loc. Spider Loc.
Shout out to SPR, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Loc, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loc is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loc, on my mama's mama.
Spider Loc's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nightblood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loc, Spider Loc, huh? Nightblood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, crib.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. Like Eastside millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loc, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!
One more on your screen before you go down the rabbit hole of the black box, nice and slow. That one right there, YouTube said you'll love it. I agree. Cheated.